Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chloe. You can also call me Kale, where here we talk about mostly spirituality. I would say we do tarot stuff. Sometimes it's veganism and cooking, but for the most part, it's just a hodgepodge of who I am. And I've been missing for a little bit. We've had like some videos here and there, but nothing really like sit down formal. And that is because, you guys, I have started streaming on Twitch again, and it is amazing. I love it. We're actually going to be doing on this full moon. I don't know if this video is going up before or after, but I still feel like the information applies. The information still applies because we're going to do it in the future as well. I'm pretty sure we're still feeling it out. But on the new and full moon, we're actually going to do moon magic together, where live on Twitch, I am going to lead you through an entire like witchy ritual slash manifestation slash casting away type bullshit if it's on the full moon, depending on which moon phase it is. But if you want more information on that, please follow the Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/cozykale. Same as it is here, we're just on Twitch instead of YouTube. So please make sure you're following there so you can be a part of that when it happens. And I haven't decided if past broadcasts are gonna get uploaded here or not yet. We may see like some clips here and there, but that's really about it. Now, today's video, I'm sure this is the reason you clicked on this video if you saw the title. Yes, I went to a seance, and I'm not gonna lie, I wanna give like full disclosure because I want people, more than anything, people that are scared of this kind of shit to see this video and understand where I'm coming from and understand, like, I wanna give you guys like some guidance and almost some like, I want you guys to know that it's okay that you're scared. Because trust me when I tell you, before we even dive completely into the story, I need to express to you guys that I don't even really like work with my third eye chakra because I'm scared it's gonna open shit. I am somebody who does not do ghosts. I've seen way too many horror movies. That shit freaks me out. I don't like it. And I know in the realm of spirituality, I know even in like the witchy things that I know, it's totally safe and okay. And it's society that makes this shit scary when it's not. I know that this is my own limiting subconscious belief. So anybody that's coming from the spiritual community and is like, oh my God, just get over yourself. I'm really sorry. I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet in my journey. And I am still very scared of things like this. But my local town, or my local city, it's a little bit a ways from me. I do live in Utah. I've talked about this before. In the city, they have a store called Crone's Hollow, and they do classes every week where they teach different things, and they also do a monthly seance that you can just pay like $10 to go in, and you can go sit in on this seance and see what it's like. You can also choose to participate in it. So let me just tell you how it went. So I got to Crone's Hollow. I love this store, by the way. This is not in collaboration with them, but they sell some of the best incense I've ever used in multiple magical experiences that I've used them for. They sell some good shit. Some of their stuff, in my opinion, is a little overpriced, but not the incense. Incense is a freaking heck of a deal, and honestly, support local. It's so important to do that, period. Support local, because we need to. And even if things cost a little bit more, support local. My thing is I just need to manifest more money so I can shop more there, so I can keep supporting them. But stuff is a little bit more pricier than I would like it to be, but I understand why. So I go in, and there are a lot of people there. I'd never seen the store this crowded, but again, this was the night of a seance, and a lot of people were there for the seance. So everybody was just like chilling, and I believe the seance started at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, something like that. I think it was at 9. And basically there's like a man, and he rings a bell, and he says, if you're here for the seance, follow me. We follow him back into this back room, and this, okay, I told you guys, I'm really scared. I'm a scared person. I get really freaked out by like spirits, ghosts, anything that has to do with that. I don't even know what made me decide to go in and do this. I think part of me really wanted to connect with my sister who passed away a couple of years ago, and I was really almost hoping she would show up to a degree, but I was also too scared that she would. So I think I'd pretty well already closed myself off from having any kind of experience in that sense. But walking into this room, there's like 3 people in the middle of, so there's, okay, let me set the stage. There's like a bunch of like curtains around the walls, and there's little like altars in every corner. And in the center of the room, there are 3 people covered in headscarves, and they're humming in like perfect harmony. It seems really eerie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was scared. My heart was pounding. And there's a ring of chairs around them, and then a bigger ring of chairs around that. And they basically said, everybody come into the room, go all the way around, and just stand against the wall for right now until we get everybody in. So, and this humming continues, and it's a very eerie, like, I'm sure if you're somebody who's used to this kind of stuff, it was not eerie at all. But for me, I was like, didn't know what to expect, was fucking terrified. So, they instruct us that anybody who has a question for someone who has passed on tonight, sit in the like closest ring to what are known as the seers, or the people that are like gonna be, I think it's called like a seer or the mediums. Sit in the inner ring if you have a question for someone who's passed on. If you just want to sit and observe, sit in the outer ring. I'm with my husband and one of my best friends. My twin flame was with me. You guys met her in a video that we recently did. I was with both of them, so of course I'm like, I'm gonna sit in the middle. Me and my twin flame looked at each other, and we're kind of scared, and we're like, dude, I don't know why, but I'm really nervous, and we hugged each other. We're like, it's gonna be okay. My husband was actually out in the lobby paying for something in that moment, and so I was like, oh my god, I wish he was here. Like, I think masculine energy, I hate to say it, just makes me feel safer. So when he finally showed up, that was nice. But the 3 of us sat in the outer ring because we didn't know what to expect. My husband doesn't really know how he feels about ghosts and things like that. My twin flame is kind of a skeptic, but pretty open-minded as well. And then you have me, who is just fucking terrified. So the humming continues, everybody's filing in and sitting down, and I am like in such a state of panic. I'm prepared to get up and leave, and like, don't care if my husband's gonna stay there, don't care if my twin flame's gonna stay there. I am prepared to get up and walk the fuck out because I'm so scared that something is gonna happen. And the room is dark, like there's no windows in there, and the main guy who led us into the room, he starts turning off the lights, and I was like, oh my god, it's dark in here. Thankfully, it wasn't pitch black. There is like a glow from the exit symbol that they have on the wall. There was like an exit door in there that's glowing, so it wasn't pitch black, which is good because that would have really freaked me out. And he like is walking around the room, and this is where everything got fine. And I think like if you can get yourself past this, if you ever go to a seance, you're gonna be fine. And I want you guys to, like, just let me continue. Shut up, Chloe. You're getting ahead of yourself. Sorry, Gemini moon. So he's walking around the outside of the room, the humming is still continuing, and he is putting up protection wards. If you know anything about magic and witchcraft, this is something that a lot of us do when we practice magic, is we put up protection wards. We call to the corners, put up protection wards, and he is very specific. Any negative entity, negative energy will stay out. And I just calmed down. I just got chills when I said that. I just calmed down so quickly. It was like it didn't even matter. I was like, oh, like it's fine now. And it was like an instant feeling of calm. And I was also really scared because I'm an empath that my energy of fear was gonna like affect the seers. I was like, oh no, what if like a bad spirit attaches to me? What if like they're feeding off of my anxious energy? Like, what if I make this a bad experience for other people because the collective energy matters? Like, nobody said this shit to me. I was just like freaking out. But once those protection wards went up, I was fine. Like all of my negative scared energy just like dissipated. I calmed down. And the guy that was like putting up the wards was walking around the outside of the room, and he would come up to the inner circle, put his arm on, or like on, put his hand on like somebody in the inner circle's shoulder, not the seers, but like the circle right outside. That's like the middle circle. He would put his arm on one of their shoulders and say, do you have a question? Who do you want to contact? And they were very specific, like, don't use names, use the relationship. We want to know, are you trying to contact your mom's mom? Are you trying, like, who? We want relationships, because sometimes when people pass on, they don't keep that human name. So he would just go around and like ask them, do you have a question? What's the relationship? Who are you trying to contact? And the seers were all in sync. they all would like answer, the humming would stop and they would all answer like, not in unison, but sometimes, but it was actually a really peaceful, loving experience. Like, I was very, very, very surprised, if I'm honest. There were sometimes the seers would like weep, and then other times we would be laughing because different spirits, I guess, like I didn't see anything, nothing came into a visual, which I think is part of me. I block that stuff out because it scares me. But like they would see things, I guess, here. I don't know exactly how it all works, and I apologize. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody who's a medium, but in fact, not at all. There is a psychic medium that, there's a few of them that I watch on Twitch that are incredible, but they would basically just like, for example, somebody wanted to contact, it was the seance before Mother's Day, so a lot of people were contacting their mothers who had passed. And sometimes they would get this energy of like somebody that wasn't very nice, that didn't want to talk about it. And one of them would say, is this person like, were they angry at you? Because I'm getting a really angry energy coming in, a very like puffy, I don't want to talk about this situation. And, you know, every single time the person who had asked the question would be like, yeah, like there was this happened. And, it was like a lot of like feeling. I think the seers had a lot of like feeling to the reading, or to the, I'm using probably the worst words for this. I hope I'm making sense. But there was at one point where somebody asked about like why their ex-husband was so angry at them, because it was like years of manipulation, and he was just continuing in the room to try to manipulate her even in death. And they like, when negative energy enters a room, if you guys aren't familiar with this, if you're not like practicing witches or things like that, if you don't like practice that type of spirituality, when negative energy enters a room, the way to dissipate it is to clap or like ring a bell. You want like noise to kind of break it up. And so I knew that that shit was bad, because the guy that was leading the whole thing, that would come and like put his hand on people's shoulders, and he warned them beforehand. He wasn't just like touching people. He was like, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder, I'm gonna ask this. He like clapped and rang a bell afterwards, because this like husband showed up, and again, didn't see anything. Some people maybe did. I certainly didn't. My husband didn't. My friend didn't. But like they were like, you need to leave, like be gone. And then there was somebody else that contacted like a late lover or husband or something, and he was very like sexual and was showing a lot of graphics and to the seers, and like we all had a good laugh about it. We all thought this was hilarious, because they were like, ooh, like he's got a big one, like he is very graphic, he, you know, it was just very funny. So I think the only thing that was like, it was good because you got to watch a lot of people get closure, and it was very touching in that essence, but at the same time, it was almost like whiplash of emotion. And that was the hardest part of it, was sometimes the seers would start crying because some feelings were so intense, and then other times we'd be laughing, and it was like very quick and rapidly happening. So that was kind of the only thing, is you would get like emotional whiplash. But other than that, it was such a great experience, and I want to go back and sit in the inner ring next time and actually maybe try to contact my sister. I don't even know what I would ask, because they want you to come with a question. And honestly, I do believe in the life beyond. I do believe it was my sister's time to go. I do believe that that all happened in divine timing, the way that it was supposed to. And there is no like, I mean, I don't want to say like, I don't wish that she was still here, because I totally see that, but I don't. Like, I see why things happened the way that they did. I think she's in a much more peaceful place now, and I almost don't need that reassurance. But at the same time, I'm like, should I go back with some kind of question? I really don't know what I would ask, because I'm very comfortable with her death. So that was my seance experience. I'm sorry I was all over the place, because I feel like I'm like a bad story time person, because I just can't, like, I want to explain the sidelines of everything, Gemini moon, but I also want to tell the stories, and it just dissipates everywhere. But I hope this was interesting for you guys. If you're local to Salt Lake, definitely check out Crone's Hollow. It's a great store. Lots of cool witchy things, lots of cool classes that they offer. Again, this is not a sponsorship with them, but I just really appreciate the work that they do, and I appreciate that we have places in Utah, of all places, that you can go and like be your best witchy authentic self. So that was really cool. And again, you guys, please come follow me on Twitch. This week I did like a whole heart chakra sector. We're going to be doing the moon magic. I don't know what we're talking about next week yet. I know on the new moon in Gemini, we're going to do a full manifesting ritual together. So definitely come over to Twitch if you want to. Good time, good energy. My only thing that I want to do with Twitch is just like lift other people up, and that's like my #1 goal. So if you want to be surrounded in that vitamin P, that positivity, and get woke, it's a good place to come. Link for that down below. I also run a podcast with my twin flame who went on this experience with me, and it's called Twin Flames. Link for that always down below as well. If you want to hire me for a tarot reading, my queue is currently open. I'm doing full moon readings. If this is up within 3 days of the full moon, they are still up. I believe I'm selling them until the 20th. So if you want to get a reading for the full moon, they are all paid readings, obviously. I do need to do that because otherwise I would be flooded with readings. And you know what? Nothing wrong with trying to make some money off of my gifts, okay? But yeah. If you want any of those things, please make sure, check out the below bar. All the information's there for you, and I will see you guys in a future video. Bye! Breathe, Chloe. I know you're excited, but fucking breathe. Okay.